Good morning, students. Today we are going to study about fertilization. Fertilization is a key event in the development of sexually reproducing organism. During fertilization, haploid male gamete carrying paternal genes unite with the haploid female gamete carrying maternal genes, and they unite to form a diploid zygote. So during fertilization, the haploid male gamete carrying the paternal genes spermatozoa unite with the haploid female gamete carrying maternal genes ovum to form a diploid zygote. The zygote then undergo a series of developmental changes and ultimately producing a diploid multicellular organism. So there are two kinds of fertilization, external fertilization and internal fertilization. If the fertilization is occurring outside the body of the female, then it is known as external fertilization. This external fertilization is usually seen in aquatic animals. Not in all aquatic animals, but it is usually seen in aquatic animals. Then internal fertilization. If the fertilization is occurring within the body of female, this fertilization is known as internal fertilization. For example, in vertebrates, in human beings, the fertilization is internal. Now, what is agglutination? After the release of spermatozoa, within seconds, these spermatozoa adhere to the surface of egg. So, during fertilization, after the release of spermatozoa, within seconds, these spermatozoa adhere to the surface of the egg. This adhesion of sperms to ova of same species is known as agglutination. So, the adhesion of sperms to the ova of same species is known as agglutination. In animals, especially vertebrate, agglutination depends on a chemical substance present on the surface of the egg. It is known as fertilizin. This fertilizin is present on the surface of egg or ovum. This fertilizin, which is present on the surface of the ovum, it is a glycoprotein. It has more than one active site. Spermatozoa contains antifertilizin, and fertilizin-antifertilizin reaction is responsible for the agglutination of sperms, and this is species specific. So fertilizin, which is present on the surface of the ovum, is a glycoprotein. It has more than one active site. In the spermatozoa, it contains antifertilizin. Fertilizin-antifertilizin reaction results in the agglutination of spermatozoa or sperms, and this reaction is species specific. Now, let's see what is capacitation. Capacitation, it is the process of sperm acquiring the capacity to fertilize the egg. So, capacitation is the process of sperm acquiring the capacity to fertilize the egg. It enables the sperm to penetrate the egg membranes. So, capacitation, it is the process of sperm acquiring the capacity to fertilize the egg, and it enables the sperm to penetrate the egg membranes. Now, what are the molecular events happening during capacitation? First and foremost is there will be a change in the lipid composition of cell membrane of sperm. For example, the cholesterol concentration on the cell membrane of the sperm lowers. Then, loss of certain proteins and carbohydrates from the surface of the sperm. Cyclic AMP production increases, which helps in the exocytosis of the acrosomal vesicle. And membrane potential of this spermatozoa or sperm lowers from minus 30 millivolt to minus 50 millivolt. And there will be increase in the metabolism, which results in the increase in motility of sperm. So these are the molecular changes happening during capacitation. First and foremost is change in the lipid composition of cell membrane of sperm. That is, the cholesterol concentration on the cell membrane of the spermatozoa lowers. Then there will be loss of certain proteins and carbohydrates from the surface of the sperm. Cyclic AMP production in sperm increases, which helps in the exocytosis of acrosomal vesicle. And membrane potential of the spermatozoa lowers from minus 30 millivolt to minus 50 millivolt. There will be increase in the metabolism of spermatozoa, which will result in increase in motility of sperm. So this is a pictorial representation to show various stages in the acrosomal reaction in sea urchin. So this is a sperm attachment. The number one is sperm attachment to the surface of the ovum. And next is acrosomal reaction, and third one is the formation of the acrosomal tube. Fourth is the formation of the fertilization cone, and fifth is the entry of sperm nucleus to the ovum cytoplasm. Now, acrosomal reaction. In mammals, capacitated sperm penetrate through the layer of follicle cells and it reaches the zona pellucida layer. The galactosyl transferase, a molecule which is present on the surface of the acrosome of sperm head, binds to glycoproteins of zona pellucida. This results in acrosome reaction, during which contents of acrosome are released by exocytosis. So, in mammals, capacitated sperm penetrates through the follicle layer of the ovum and reaches the zona pellucida. Then the galactosyl transferase, it is a molecule present on the surface of the acrosome of sperm head, binds to glycoprotein of zona pellucida. And acrosome reaction happens, during which the contents of acrosome are released by exocytosis. Release of acrosomal contents. Acrosome reaction causes the breakdown of acrosomal vesicle. And acrosomal vesicle release protein digesting enzymes, proteases and hyaluronidase. These enzymes are required for the penetration of zona pellucida. Proteases and hyaluronidase enzymes are required for the penetration of zona pellucida. So, acrosomal reaction causes the breakdown of acrosomal vesicles, and the breakdown of acrosomal vesicle releases protein digesting enzymes, proteases and hyaluronidase, and these enzymes are required for the penetration of zona pellucida. Next is formation of acrosomal tube. Immediately after the release of acrosomal content, the apical part of sperm plasma membrane extend forward to form an acrosomal tube. It projects through egg envelope to reach ulema or egg plasma membrane. So, the formation of acrosomal tube. Immediately after the release of acrosomal content, what happens? The apical part of sperm plasma membrane, it extends forward to form an acrosomal tube. It projects through egg envelopes to reach ulema or egg plasma membrane. Next is fusion between sperm and egg plasma membrane. As the tip of acrosomal tube fuses with the ulema or egg plasma membrane, the cytoplasm of sperm and egg become continuous. The egg surface is covered with small extensions called microvilli. At the point of sperm fusion, the microvilli form a conical protuberance called fertilization cone. So, as soon as the tip of the acrosomal tube fuses with the ulema or egg plasma membrane, the cytoplasm of sperm and egg become continuous. The egg surface also contains numerous extensions called microvilli. At the point of sperm fusion, these microvilli form a conical projection or protuberance called fertilization cone. When the sperm and egg membranes are fused, the sperm nucleus enters into egg cytoplasm. The initial path of sperm in the egg cytoplasm is called penetration path. So, after the entry of sperm nucleus, the ovum or the egg, it will undergo certain changes to prevent polyspermy. Let's see what are these changes. First is primary block. It is achieved by changing the electrical potential of egg membrane. So, primary block, this is achieved by changing the electrical potential of the egg membrane. And second one is secondary block. This is achieved by the conical granule reaction. So, this primary block and secondary block are to prevent the polyspermy.